The George Mason Patriots welcome in the St. Joseph's Hawks. It's a battle between two of the top teams in the A10, and it should be a good one here in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm Tabitha Turner, joined by my partner, Julianne Vianney-Brain. And Julianne, the St. Joseph's Hawks and their undefeated road record are visiting the George Mason Patriots, who are undefeated at home. While the Patriots boast the league's top offense, the Hawks sit atop the A10 and defense. Both these teams are on 8-game winning streaks, Julianne, but one of these two teams, their streak will end tonight.
This should be a real exciting one. Tempo will be really important. This is a high-level game as far as physicality and athleticism. You're going to see a really great defensive team, and then a team that has really, really amped up their scoring in the George Mason Patriots.
It's the only meeting between these two teams this season. So let's get to the head coach, Cindy Griffin, in her 23rd season at St. Joseph's. She's the all-time leader in wins there, just over 56%. And on the other side of that, we're going to take a look at George Mason's head coach in her 3rd season leading at the helm. Vanessa Blair Lewis, 360 career wins, combining at her old alma mater, Mount St. Mary's, Bethune-Cookman, and George Mason. Julianne, she's taken this team to higher heights every single year that she's been here, known for her rebuilding of programs and college programs. Both these two teams, it's going to be a juggernaut. I am excited for this one to get started.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I mean, I think George Mason's really surprised a ton of teams this season with their record and their ability to score in the 70s. But, you know, when you talk to Vanessa Blair Lewis, she's not really that surprised. It's a little bit of a quicker rebuild because of the transfer portal, but she's got herself a really good roster, and Cindy Griffin's been doing this a long time, and she's finally got a really good, solid group on her hands, been playing with great chemistry and poise.
And you can see George Mason in their pink uniforms. It's their pink night, honoring breast cancer awareness, and the Hawks get the tip off first. Nystrom handling the ball, kicks it out to the wing. I was really impressed watching these teams on film with the ball movement. Pass over the top, but that goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Hawks. They'll start on defense next.
Well, you're right, fundamentally sound. Both teams are fundamentally sound, and I think you'll really see that they'd like to move the basketball. George Mason wants to play a little more up-tempo. So if this game is quick and they're moving up the court in transition, well, it's going to favor them.
Yeah, George Mason plays small ball. A little bit smaller team than the St. Joseph's Hawks, but they like to turn you over. The shot goes up and is good by Sonia Smith, kicking it off. And Coach Blair Lewis told us that she's the one she looks to get this team started.
Yeah, and she's one of their leaders, and that's a really nice shot early.
Shot goes up for Mackenzie Smith, no good. George Mason racing back down. This is the tempo they like to play. Get the ball off the rim, go in transition.
And their offensive rebounding at a really high level, too. So if you miss shots, you better be hustling back, or they're going to be looking to score off those old boards.
Paula Suarez gets the ball to Habib. Looks inside to Doster. She doesn't see anything, kicks it back out. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. The shot's going to go up at the end by Doster, who misses. Rebound to the Hawks.
That is how the Hawks win ball games. That possession right there. They defend first. They make you really grind it out and take a tough shot.
3-point shot goes up. The miss by Laura Siegler, who missed the previous 2 games. She was on concussion protocol, got hit in the head, but I'm sure they're happy to have her back out there on the floor.
Oh, yeah, she's one of their better players. Plays 33 minutes a game.
George Mason's leading 2-0. Just 2 minutes past in this game. These two teams trying to fill each other out, but I like the ball movement that I'm seeing. Shot goes up, is no good by Taylor Brugler, one of the captains for the Hawks.
St. Joe's getting some looks early, just haven't been able to capitalize here yet.
Some nifty handles. Habib puts up the 3, and that is good. George Mason starting this one off 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really nice mid-range game team. George Mason is looking to get easy points, efficient points. They're not looking to just take threes. They want those mid-range shots. They want to get to the rim. Good ball movement early from them.
Brugler kicks it back out. Nystrom back to Brugler. looking for something as the shot clock winds down. They're going to take that one in. That one goes in and out by Laura Siegler. But a nice take right there.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do. They've got to attack the paint and get some easy ones by getting to the rim.
Especially with their size, because they're a larger team than George Mason. Doster goes up and she draws the foul. She'll be shooting too, but let's take another look at that.
This is what this George Mason team does really well. I mean, among a lot of things, they're able to really penetrate and draw to and kick and really do things off the dribble. They've got a lot of players that can handle the basketball. Doster is one of those that certainly can get opportunities down low because of the guard qualities that she has around her.
The first free throw is off the front of the rim. Doster stands at 6'2". She's a graduate who Vanessa Blair-Lewis calls the quarterback of the team. She sees everything. She's locked in. She likes for Coach Blair-Lewis to send her the scout so that she knows what to tell her guards. Second free throw is good.
Yeah, I mean, the last time they played St. Joe, she had 8 offensive rebounds, so she really likes to play rough. She said, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. She likes to play physical.
Nice backdoor cut, and that one's going to be good. First 2 points for St. Joseph's on the board, and that is Mackenzie Smith, who leads the team in scoring.
That's where St. Joe's can really do well when they're moving without the ball, making a lot of cuts off the ball. That's huge for them in their movement.
And excuse me, she's third on the team in scoring. She leads in three-point field goal percentage. That was a nice layup by her to get them on the board. Kick out, three-point shot goes up off the front of the rim. Doster's fighting for the rebound, but it goes to Julia Nystrom, who is racing down the court, and she loses it. Habib comes back up with it, and she's in transition for the pull-up. Stops and pops, and that is good.
That's what happens. Defense leading to offense. Sonia Smith doing a nice job there, going full length of the court.
Excuse me, it was Sonia Smith, correct? Thank you so much, Julian. That ponytail got me confused. Three-point shot is no good for Laura Siegler. Doster gets it to Smith, who is looking, gets it back. Paula Suarez, three-pointer no good, but the rebound comes back to Neku Mitchell. And that's one thing that this team does well. Both these teams rebound the ball very well, but for George Mason, who's undersized compared to the Hawks, it's a rebound that extends their possession.
Yeah, and they get a lot of putbacks off of it, sometimes some garbage points, just by being in the right place at the right time, being physical. And of course, in that last possession, St. Joe's doing a nice job here. The two-man game, Mackenzie Smith just reading the defense so nicely, and then at the other end, great defense by Sonia Smith. That defense leading to her offense and the execution in transition. That is how George Mason wants to play right there.
And we're getting a little taste of how they score. Vanessa Blair-Lewis telling us that every one of her starters has the green light. They can all score at any time. That one's no good by Taylor Brugler. A little too physical underneath the rim.
And that's a good point, Tabitha, because you look down, nobody's averaging 20 a game. It's really very just across the board, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 points a game.
They're a deep team, which is one of the things that Vanessa Blair-Lewis wanted coming into this season. We'll get into that a little bit later. That shot is no good by Zahira Walton, a 3-time A10 Rookie of the Week, 4 total, 3 consecutive. Shot goes up by Siegler, who finally gets it to go. I sense that she was a little bit rusty coming back into this one after she missed a couple games. Nice to see her knock that one down.
Yeah, she looks more comfortable, and I think that good things happen when she's on the floor. Coach Griffin told us that she just wanted her higher IQ players. I think she's got a real high IQ group this year.
And that was a nice shot by Paula Suarez, who co-leads the team. She's vocal. She's one of their captains.
Very finesse player from Europe.
Shots no good by Brugler. She's missed a couple in this game, going back the other way. And this is the speed and tempo at which George Mason wants to play. That 3 is no good by Habib. Mackenzie Smith comes down with the rebound. Looks over to Cindy Griffith for a play. And let's see what they can pull up as Smith leads the offense. Gets it to Siegler. Takes a look. She kicks it back out to Smith. That three is off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to Habib. Shot is up. It's no good. A little too strong. The Hawks will have another shot at it. And I sense the pace of this game going more at George Mason's tempo.
Yeah, they want to move the ball quickly. They want to get up in transition. Now, they do take quick shots, so that means you've got to be ready to rebound. And you got to love the play of Paula Suarez, and nice little ball handling skills here to create that mid-range jumper as George Mason pulls away here in the first.
Get ready to crown a new champion at the 2024 Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship. A week filled with thrilling action for the entire family awaits from March 6th to the 10th at Enrico Sports and Event Center. Individual session passes are available now, so visit Atlantic10.com/tickets to buy yours today. With 15 teams, 14 games, and only one champion, this is an event you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now.
Oh my goodness! It's the three! Are you kidding me? Right to the basket, scoring plus one! Maybe all the way in. Jam on the goal! It's an inside hollow in the slam! Tim Villa at the buzzer. 3, 2, 1.
Chasing your dreams shouldn't feel like this. What if there was a place where you could realize your potential? With a community that lifts you up instead of shutting you out. A place designed to help you grow. George Mason University. Altogether different.
You will be nervous. You'll make mistakes. But in spite of that, you will keep going. Here, among these stones and walkways, you will test, build, and break, fall into the unexpected, and pick up something new. Here, filled with energy and passion, you will find your voice, clear the air, and discover the strength to make an impact. Here, at St. Joseph's University, you will.
Vanessa Blair-Lewis has taken George Mason to new heights in just her third season, almost doubling the wins from her first year. And Julianne, when we talked to Vanessa, she told us it was 3 things that she sat down with her coaches, her assistants at the beginning of the season, that she wanted to turn this program around and that she needed. What were they?
She was really specific about it, and they all kind of came together and said the first is to add the depth to the team and then score more. Every team in the A10 averages, when you get to the upper echelon of the league, they're in the 60s and 70s. She wanted to get to that place as well. And of course, number 3, they want to play with passion. And really what she's done has been incredible, and she wants to get to 20 wins this year. She's made her goals each year. Now they go 9 deep on their roster. A lot of people that can score. You can't really guard just one player because they really share the wealth. They don't care who gets the credit. And it's been really impressive to see what they've done, and they're able to score at a high level. You saw that. 70-something points a game. That's high. So she's done a great job, and the depth has been key. And, she can wear teams down. So by that second half, she's hoping a team is maybe worn down, and that's where they've been able to take over games.
She told us that when we sub, we get stronger. She is known for her program rebuilds, is doing a phenomenal job here in her third season, leading the way so far in this one, 10-4 for a battle of the heavyweights at the top of the A10. But let's see what the Hawks can do. They drive it in, and that is a good basket. Chloe Welch.
A tough shot, too.
Yeah, very tough shot over 2 defenders at George Mason.
It's not easy to get to the rim against George Mason. They play a real pack line defense where they sag it in, so there's going to be shots available. But here you see a great job. Just a little swing dribble all the way to the basket to help a little bit late in Walton, but Welch with the finish.
And for Welch, cuts into this scoring lead. But for the defense of George Mason, like you mentioned, that help side defense getting there late. Good job not fouling. We want to see that shot contest a little bit more. The rebound comes down to Sneed, who has gotten to start the last 2 games before this one, was starting in the place of Laura Siegler in that concussion protocol. Welsh gets to the basket, passes off to Sneed, who doesn't get it to go. Ball going the other way for the Patriots. Sonia Smith trying to get something to go. The paint is clogged in there, so you see right away the Hawks clogging the paint, trying to slow down that transition game. Shot is no good for Jamison.
I think St. Joe's wants to make George Mason hit some of those perimeter shots. They are playing a little bit more of a pack-it-in type style as well. So those shots are going to be there from the perimeter, I think, on both sides.
Daring them to shoot beyond the arc, which Vanessa Blair-Lewis said they can definitely do. They just rather score in the paint. We'll see how they withstand this test against St. Joseph's tonight. Crossover by Jamison, and that'll be a travel.
That's a good defensive possession there by St. Joe's, just forcing George Mason to just play a little faster than they want to.
And you see the adjustment by St. Joseph's, right, to get themselves to slow down. What did they do? They adjusted their defense. Now they're clogging up the paint. Now they've been able to cut into this lead. They're only down by 4.
Yeah, and they've scored a little on this end.
Ball gets inside, pass back outside, repost by Emma Boslett, who gets it to Sneed. Shot clock winding down, and that's a travel.
You see that packet-in defense, though. The Patriots just not allowing the dribble penetration middle, which is where St. Joe's is trying so hard to go. See, penetration middle, not there. Good shifting of the defense. That's a really nice job. Walton is there. They're really bottling it up in there.
And this is why I love women's basketball, Julia. We were talking about this prior to the game. Not throwing any shade to the men's NBA teams, but they don't know how to close screens and go toe-to-toe. Right there was a perfect example. Jamison.
Good communication, right?
Absorbs the contact, gets it to Sonia Smith, who goes in, wild layup. Doster with the rebound, puts it back up. Sonia Smith gets back in from out of bounds, rebounds the ball, and that shot is good by Suarez.
That's what Suarez can really do. She can be lethal. She's a 38% three-point shooter. That's all because of the great ball reversal, little inside-outside passing.
So we talked about that earlier. St. Joseph's daring the Patriots to shoot that 3 right there. They knocked that one down. Boslett goes up, and that was a tough shot she got to go right at the end of the first quarter. We've got a good one, folks. The end of the first quarter. It's been a defensive battle. It's been physical. George Mason leads the way 13-8. Second quarter coming up after this break.
Forget what you know about speed. We did. At Cobra, we looked beyond the horizon. We let our imagination be the only limit. In pursuit of the fastest club on the planet, we didn't just think out of the box. We had to think out of this world. This is speed you won't believe.
This healthcare network uses CrowdStrike to defend against cyber attacks and protect patient information. But what if they didn't?
This is what it feels like when cyber criminals breach your network. With CrowdStrike, you get AI and industry-leading intelligence that keep you ahead of modern adversaries, detecting threats and preventing breaches before they happen. When it comes to cybersecurity, don't risk the health of your business. CrowdStrike, we stop breaches.
You're too friendly with one too many sales consultants.
Too many call center ladies calling you by your first name.
Tired of going back and forth reading long, intimate emails with photos only to find out that everything they wrote was just words?
It's time to find true love with your new car.
No more games, no more swiping left or right because of Barbarino Nissan. We're ready to take the plunge.
On deals, no matter what your credit is.
Can anyone find love?
We don't judge on your past love.
Barberino Nissan, Route 5 Wallingford, BarberinoNissan.com, 1-800-NEW-CARS.
Barberino.
Wanna leave works all day so I can keep working my magic. Just Wanna Leave. 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve, who do you take it for? And for fast topical pain relief, try Aleve X.
Well, Cindy Griffith in her 23rd season as the head coach of the St. Joseph's Hawks has led them to a 21-2 season so far. If she wins tonight, she'll tie the 1976 through 77 team for the best start in program history, her second 20-plus win consecutive season so far.
Yeah, Cindy's just been a straight winner, you know, for a long time. She's just one of those mainstay coaches. I mean, she played for Jim Foster and told us that she learned a lot from him. I asked her kind of how she got to where she got, and you know, she said, I don't know why Jim had all the faith he did in me, but you know, I would sit there and scout every game, and he would let me watch film and break down film and deliver all this stuff. And she was 22 at the time when she first started out coaching, and you know, it's just cool to see how far she's come over the years, and she's been so successful. And as of late, knocking at the door in the A-10. They haven't quite made it to the NCAA tournament in a while, so you know she's hoping this is the year.
The last time they made it to the NCAA tournament was another 21-2 win season, and that was back in 2013 through 14. Cindy Griffith was the head coach at that time as well, so she knows what she's doing. And as you know, I love your story because as that coach was looking at her, she was scouting the players. That three was good by Taylor Jamison for George Mason. So again, they're daring them to shoot that three ball, and they're knocking them down.
You know, and what's interesting is even Cindy Griffin said this about this Mason team is, you know, they don't shoot the best percentages, but somehow they always answer. They always have an answer, whether it's a 2 or a 3. They just know how to score.
Chloe Welch gets it to the high-low post. They'll get it into Brugler, and there was 2 people there to meet her at the rim. I want to see more ball movement to kind of shift that defense and get her open. That layup is good in transition.
Yeah, George Mason is real tough, and I did a Maryland game this season, and I just recently spoke to their coaches, and they talked about that Mason game. It was a close game. I mean, they're battling teams in the Big Ten and some other big conferences. You can see why. This is a very physical team.
And that three ball was good, so both these teams now starting to knock down some three-point shots. 20% for SJU, and that shot is good. Sonia Smith really doing her work early in this game, and she's doing exactly what Vanessa Blair-Lewis said, getting this team going and started. That's where their energy comes from.
Yeah, she's really tough, very crafty with the ball and patient, doesn't force it, but she can really get downhill, and her mid-range game is pretty.
A 3-level score. That's what they list her as. Nice give and go. And a good job by the Hawks drawing that foul. And I like the cutting that I saw. Taylor Brugler cutting to the basket, draws that foul.
And that's the kind of stuff that the Hawks have to continue to do. This is who they are, and they've got to keep focusing on that aspect. When they're in the half court, continue to move without the ball, continue to make it difficult for George Mason to cover you by making the right reads and reactions.
And you saw the double team by George Mason. If the Hawks continue to do that give and go and pass it out of the cut, that'll take away some of that blitz, that defense. Second free throw is good for Taylor Brugler, the captain. Brugler leads this team at 16.9 points a game. She's a leader on and off the floor. That's what Cindy Griffith told us, and she really gets this team going. Paula Suarez three, no good. Saved by Sonia Smith.
That extra possession again, Tabitha.
They don't take advantage of it. Laura Siegler comes down with the rebounds, and they'll talk about it. Vanessa Blair-Lewis doesn't agree, foul called.
We said it would be a physical game, and I think it will only continue to be more physical. And they called the foul right here, which I didn't see a ton of wrap up, but we're on the wrong side.
Yeah, from that angle, I couldn't really see. They called it on Jamison. No, excuse me, on Doster. That's her first foul. And that shot is good. So we see a little bit of life from St. Joseph's. Mackenzie Smith knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Smith's got the deep range. She's one of those guards you want shooting those deep shots.
Talk about deep shots. Taylor Jamison shoots a deep three, doesn't get it to go. George Mason back on their heels on defense. They're going to get it to Brugler, who draws the foul.
And if Brugler catches it that deep in the lane, boy, forget it. She's going to do something. But that last possession, you want to see this from Smith. She does such a nice job creating a little space for herself, knocking down the three to space the floor out. And then again, the next possession, they get an opportunity at the line by getting into Brugler, who we know they're looking to get touches in the paint every time.
And Brugler's just a tough body. She stands at 6'1". She's a junior. Leads the team in points at the next level as she misses the free throw right there, the first of two. I want to see her go up and under on that one.
Yeah.
Draw the foul, get the defense to go shift to the left, and knock down that layup.
Yeah, it's a great point, and you know that's probably something she could add to her game as she's continuing to grow as a player. She has gotten a little better finishing, but there's all these moves that will make her even better.
Paula Suarez almost carries right in front of the referee. Keeps the ball alive. They get it back to her. Doster wants it in the post. They don't give it to her because they see that double team sagging, so she'll come up and set the screen. Jamison doesn't use it. Kicks it out to Sonia Smith. Good ball movement by George Mason, who passed the ball one too many times, and that shot won't be good by Sonia Smith.
Where your bench has to be shouting that the shot clock's about to wind down. You got to know how much time is left, but good defense there. That is textbook St. Joseph's defense, just forcing a tough shot at the end of the clock. They really make you work.
And we told you they would. This will be a defensive juggernaut. You've got St. Joseph's, who leads the league in defense, and right behind them is George Mason. They're both top 2 of 3 teams in the league in defense and in the standings.
And they're 6th in D1 entering this game in defense. That's pretty incredible. Just 53 points per game they allow, and this is that shot clock violation here. Just a little too late at that previous possession.
You saw Vanessa Blair-Lewis on the replay say, shoot the ball to Sonia Smith. You've got the green light. That whole starting 5 does.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little too unselfish. I like the ball movement from George Mason, though.
That shot's no good by Brugler. Gets her on rebound, and she gets that one to go. Good job staying tenacious with the ball.
Yeah, she's handling it well in the paint right now, and this has really gotten them in the ball game. Brugler having a nice night here. I don't know if anyone can really fully put a body on her in the paint, and that's the thing about this Hawks team. They've got pretty big guards, too, that can create mismatches, and Brugler creates some mismatches as well.
Bring up a good point, because I want to see some of those big guards post some of the smaller George Mason guards up. Skip pass gets to Mackenzie Smith, who stops and pops. That's not good. Rebound comes down to Taylor Jamison. Habib, mid-range jumper is no good. Rebound comes down to Laura Siegler. St. Joseph's using the screen. The shot will go up. And that 3 ball is good by Laura Siegler. She's starting to find her rhythm in this game.
Great ball reversal. A lot of these threes are coming from good passing. You see the defense is having to shift, and they're getting looks that they want.
Siegler leads the Hawks with 8 points so far in this one. And St. Joseph's has taken a lead on that shot. Sonia Smith slips up. Turnover. Mackenzie Smith takes it the other way, and she'll get that one to go in transition. That's going to be a timeout by George Mason. Vanessa Blair-Lewis wants to talk it over with her team.
Well, the play right now, St. Joseph's really been aggressive. They've been the aggressors, knocking down shots from 3. Smith with the finish, and then the defense leading to some offense. Siegler all the way to the rim.
Want big fitness energy without a big investment? Join Planet Fitness. Now through February 16th, save big during the Big Fitness Energy Sale when you join for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right, we've dropped our enrollment fee to just $1, so it's easy to get in and get energized. Never intimidating. always free fitness training, equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join today for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends Friday, February 16th.
Oof, gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
'Cause it stinks.
Tell me why.
I don't know, I've washed it so many times.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them 3 times better than detergent alone.
I guess the odor went bye-bye.
Nope.
That's not us.
Rinse odor away with Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Take on the day. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. And for those with psoriatic arthritis, Taltz reduces joint pain and stiffness. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infection symptoms or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
Waiting for the break of day. Wanting just to stay away.
Very comfortable. Cindy Griffith told us they take pride actually in their road games where they've been even better this season. So they're looking comfortable, had to settle in a little bit.
The Hawks are 11-0 in away games this season with an overall record of 21-2, 10-1 in the A10. 3-ball goes up, it's no good. Welch comes down, or Mackenzie Smith, excuse me, with the rebound. Julia Nystrom looking for some relief, gets it to the high post. To Aaliyah Sneed, back to Nystrom. Hits the cutting Laura Siegler, who goes one-on-one.
You see that double? Yeah, they're swarming.
Sonia Smith will take it back at the other end. She sees a green light, gets to the rim. That's a little too hard. Put back no good by Paula Marina. Or excuse me, Amy O'Hara. Nystrom looking at Coach Cindy Griffith, looking for the play, uses the screen. Aaliyah Sneed will set it. That shot is up, and that is good. Gabby Casey coming in. The 2-time A10 Rookie of the Week back-to-back for St. Joseph's.
That's a great job, just coming in with confidence and giving that stroke. She gives them a little depth off the bench.
Jamison's 3, no good. Julia Nystrom pushing the pace, using the screen. Stop and pop from Siegler, and that one rolls around and she gets it to go. Laura Siegler doing some damage in this one. She's got 8 points in the first half.
She's a very good shooter. I mean, she's really playing with confidence in the second quarter, especially hunting down her shot.
And I think we're seeing some of that mismatch with those bigger guards. Siegler is 6'2". She drives and just stops and pops with the mid-range. That shot's no good. The Hawks coming down.
You're right. What happens is you have a 5'6" or 5'7" player on you, and you can just see over top of them.
Was met on the outside by Amy O'Hara, who's also around 6'2", 6'3", so really couldn't see around her on that one.
Gabby Casey coming in, and bam, you go under that screen, I'll make you pay.
Fundamentals, Julianne.
Yeah, just good job, and then of course followed by Siegler with a nice job asserting herself early.
Jamison, nice fake off the one leg, and that was a pretty move. Stop, pop, spin, gets that one to drop.
George Mason really needed that. They were in a bit of a drought there offensively.
George Mason was 0 for 5 on their last few field goals. And that one is good. Another one goes by Gabby Casey, who was a 40-point scorer 3 times in high school. So you know this kid can really score and put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and Coach Griffin calls her fearless, and that's what she likes to play players like that.
Habib answers the call at the other end. Habib's got 5 double-digit scoring games so far this season. She's got 3 points so far in this game.
Yeah, she's been a huge upgrade this season with her ability to really score the basketball.
Ball's going to go the other way. Turnover by St. Joseph's. Taylor Brugler will come back in the game. Brugler, number 1 in the A-10 in field goals made and 2nd in points per game at just under 17 a game.
And what's happening too, she's doing that, Tabitha, with double teams as another one goes down for Habib.
Taviana Habib doing some damage right now in the scoring column as this first half winds down.
Those are 2 big buckets here in the last minute from Habib. Just being aggressive here, and she's got that ability to step back, create that space for herself. She really brings an offensive mindset to the table. And it's amazing. Vanessa Blair-Lewis can really look down the bench, and she can find somebody that can come in and really be a pop of color and energy.
8 players on Blair-Lewis's team average 15+ minutes a game. 5 players average 9+ points a game. And only 2 players started more than 2 games. So when she says anybody can get it, she really meant it.
Yeah.
As that second free throw was good for Chloe Welsh.
Not a bad problem to have for a coach.
Too many options. It's like the nail salon when I have a lot.
Too many options.
Don't give me too many options. We've got 18 seconds left in this one. Paula Suarez is going to try and take this down to the end of the shot clock. She's going to use the screen. Dribble drives. The defense still there. Kicks it out to Habib, who puts up the 3. And it'll be no good at the end of the shot clock, which takes us to the end of the half. So St. Joseph's leading the way after trailing early in this one, 33-26. We'll see what response the George Mason Patriots have when we come back after the half. We're breaking it down coming up next.
Want big fitness energy without a big investment? Join Planet Fitness. Now through February 16th, save big during the Big Fitness Energy Sale when you join for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right, we've dropped our enrollment fee to just $1, so it's easy to get in and get energized. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training, equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join today for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends Friday, February 16th.
The long-lasting scent of Gain Flings made it smell like Dave was in his happy place, the massage chair at the mall. But he wasn't. Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze. Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. And long-lasting Gain scent beads, part of the irresistible scent collection from Gain.
You'll get better when you're not blamed for a condition you can't control. You'll get better when your pain isn't minimized, dismissed, forgotten. We will never stop trying to get better. Because when medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
What if finding a new job wasn't such a leap of faith?
I don't think I'm right for this.
I said I don't think I'm right for the job.
You're perfect for it!
What if you knew you'd be paid fairly?
Check this out.
Because you could literally see what the job pays. What if your schedule worked for you, and her, and them? And what if the promise of better work
No way!
was something that found us?
I got the interview.
Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the studio. Carolyn Mano alongside Megan McEwen. We have Big Ten women's basketball on tap for you, coming your way at 9 o'clock. Ohio State on the road against Minnesota, and they are led by J.C. Sheldon. This Ohio State squad has a fifth-year senior that came back after missing 23 games due to injury, and her all-around game has been there this season, Megan.
J.C. Sheldon is the straw that stirs the drink for the Buckeyes. Defensively, she's averaging 2 a game. She's aggressive within Ohio State's press. Offensively, she can knock it down from 3 at a high level. Shoulders squared, feet set. She is always hunting her shot, being aggressive. And then Sheldon can facilitate 1, 2, 3 players she's able to draw that gives an open path for Taylor Theory to knock it down. J.C. Sheldon is everything at a high level. She's got a high basketball IQ. She can read gaps, shoot them defensively, and she's one of the most in-shape people that you will ever meet. She never gets tired. Kevin McGuff loves placing her in any position on the floor. No matter what the task at hand is needed, J.C. Sheldon can rise to the occasion.
She has got a motor that doesn't stop. Defense has really been the calling card for them all season, that half-court oppressive defense that turns the ball over. But how good is this team right now?
Ohio State is playing at such a high level at this point in time. You want to play your best basketball headed into March. Ohio State has finally started. Come together as a team. We saw that against Iowa when they got that massive win at home over the Hawkeyes. And now you also had the fact that Ohio State presses at a high level, turning teams over 21 times a game. It is so difficult as an offense to really get a flow and a rhythm going when Ohio State is constantly breathing down your neck, trying to turn you over.
Tough break for Minnesota, losing one of their best players in Mara Braun due to injury. What can they do to have a chance tonight against an Ohio State squad that is seemingly firing on all cylinders?
The Gophers have to relax and try to get the ball up the floor without turning it over. Easier said than done, but Amaya Battle has done a fantastic job this year for Minnesota, coming into that point guard role and really dictating pace of play. If Minnesota can slow down the tempo of this game, they have a chance of winning.
Do you see Ohio State as a top seed in the NCAA tournament?
The Buckeyes, of course, can be a top seed in the NCAA tournament. Now, they have to win quite a bit moving forward. They have one of the toughest schedules, strength of schedule-wise, moving forward coming up in the next couple of weeks, but they've shown that they're capable of doing that.
All right, an opportunity to do that tonight at Minnesota. That game at 9 o'clock on Peacock. We'll see you there.
Forget what you know about speed. We did. At Cobra, we looked beyond the horizon. We let our imagination be the only limit. In pursuit of the fastest club on the planet, we didn't just think out of the box. We had to think out of this world. This is speed you won't believe.
This healthcare network uses CrowdStrike to defend against cyber attacks and protect patient information. But what if they didn't?
This is what it feels like when cyber criminals breach your network. With CrowdStrike, you get AI and industry-leading intelligence that keep you ahead of modern adversaries, detecting threats and preventing breaches before they happen. When it comes to cybersecurity, don't risk the health of your business. CrowdStrike, we stop breaches.
Would you say you're too friendly with one too many sales consultants?
Too many call center ladies calling you by your first name?
Tired of going back and forth reading long, intimate emails with photos only to find out that everything they wrote was just words?
It's time to find true love with your new car.
No more games, no more swiping left or right because of Barbarino Nissan. We're ready to take the plunge.
On deals, no matter what your credit is.
Can anyone find love?
We don't judge on your past love.
Barbarino Nissan, Route 5 Wallingford, BarbarinoNissan.com, 1-800-NEW-CARS.
Barbarino.
From oh, baby, to oh, baby. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
America. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. By honoring your sacred vocation, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
We have been here all week long, Las Vegas, Radio Row, in preparation for Super Bowl 58. So, Chris, let's talk about the game. The game doesn't get talked about very much when we talk to all these great guests.
Right.
There will be a game, they tell me, on Sunday.
Right.
It will be the Chiefs hosting the 49ers.
Right.
Chiefs are the home team, technically. Who do you like?
Well, right, you've heard me say this all week. Here's my thing. I think when the Chiefs and the 49ers, if they both play their best football, the 49ers are a better football team. I do. My problem with that is we haven't seen that 49er team that you wax so poetically about, right, where we're like, write their name into the Super Bowl, right? We haven't seen that team since early December. On the other side of the story, we got the Chiefs who played B- football the whole season, but then we got to New Year's and they were like, we're going to be a Super Bowl team. And they flipped it around. So we got one team reaching its pinnacle or peak. The other team we haven't seen at its peak. I favor the Chiefs in this one. I do. I'm going to take the Chiefs by 3 because we haven't seen that 49ers in so long. I'm going to go 23-20 Chiefs.
Christmas Day was such a pivotal moment for both of these teams. The Chiefs got embarrassed at home by the Raiders in the first of the 3 games. And then in the night game, the game in which one of us notoriously said that the 49ers would kick the you-know-what out of the Ravens. Right. The Ravens did that to the 49ers. And I feel like since then, the Chiefs got the wake-up call, and they have been ascending.
Right.
The 49ers, I feel like, have kind of just been treading water. They win when they need to. They pulled it out against the Packers when maybe they wouldn't. They pulled it out against the Niners when maybe they shouldn't.
Right.
But is that enough against Patrick Mahomes? To me, it all comes back to 15.
I hear you.
He's keenly aware of his legacy. He knows what it means to get to 3, almost halfway to 7. That's what he's trying to do. Even if he says he's not, we know he is.
Yeah.
I've got the Chiefs a little bit more than you do. I got the Chiefs by 10. I had a dream the other night because, you know, when you do this all the time, you dream about it too. In my dream, I said Chiefs by 10, so I say Chiefs by 10, 30-20.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear what you said. They won 31-20 the last time. They were down 20-10 with 7 minutes left in the game and went on one of their runs. We know how magical they are. We know how legacy, what do I want to say? Mahomes is aware of legacy, right? As much as anybody. I definitely hear that. Put that, in the little checkbox for favoring the Chiefs. The one thing I'll say, like you said about it a second ago, the Niners probably outplayed in both games of the playoffs. Packers, the Lions probably should have beat them. But I do think it goes a long way that Purdy brought them back late in the football game, because if they're in that position, the team and Purdy will believe that he can do it, and that goes a long way to slaying the dragon.
Unlike the last time around when it was easy for the 49ers along the way, this time it was harder.
Right.
We'll have full coverage of the aftermath of the Super Bowl on PFT Live and at ProFootballTalk.com. Thanks for some of your time.
What if all I do for my type 2 diabetes isn't enough? Or what if?
Once weekly Mounjaro could help. Mounjaro helps your body regulate blood sugar and can help you eat less food. 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people lost up to 25 pounds. Mounjaro is not for people with type 1 diabetes or children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Mounjaro and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, vision changes, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Tell your doctor if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I can do diabetes differently with Mounjaro.
Ask your doctor about once-weekly Mounjaro.
Always dry scoop before you run. The zero-effort workout will have you jacked.
Listen to me. A hard dog diet got me shredded.
Keep your mouth shut. You'll sleep better.
The world is full of health experts. It's time to listen to science. One A Day is formulated with B vitamins to help convert food into fuel. One A Day, science that matters.
Have fun, sis.
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose the online shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
Hitching a trailer used to be a two-person job. With F-150, it's a one-button job. The new 2024 Ford F-150 with Pro Trailer Hitch Assist.
Not everyone's training for a gold medal. Not everyone wants to go hard or go home. Whatever you're starting, run your own race.
Let's go!
Because doing something is everything.
Get started with a 30-day home trial today at onepeloton.com. Terms apply.
Hey, look, it's a perfect family vacation. You can tell this is just a commercial because no one is complaining. Have you ever seen a real family smile this much?
Hey, buddy, we're smiling because we've been planning this vacation for months, and it's everything we hoped for.
We call it our Paint the Town Red.
And yellow.
And green.
Trip to Texas.
This is our trip to Texas.
Go get your own.
Well, welcome back to A10 basketball, where the St. Joseph's Hawks have overcome an initial deficit and are leading George Mason at the half. We're going back into the third quarter, 33-26. And Julianne, look at the difference and the adjustment that Cindy Griffith has done with her squad tonight. The first quarter, just 8 points, 26% from the field, over 4 from 3, and no free throw shot compared to the second quarter. What a difference. 25 points, 66% from the field, 4 of 5 from the three-point line, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, talk about a real flip of the scripts for St. Joseph's in that second quarter, and it was all about the three ball. They're 4 of 9 from distance right now. They just got comfortable, and they were doing a nice job utilizing screens, and they were really efficient with the ball and without the ball, moving, passing, good ball reversal, just being ready to shoot the basketball. Multiple players were able to knock some down. I mean, you see there, Gabby Casey came in the game. She contributed from distance, and there were multiple players touching it. So a really nice effort in the second quarter and response to George Mason's tough first quarter.
Yeah, everybody started clogging up the paint, and you see why this is a battle that's going to come down to the final seconds of this game. Both these teams, St. Joseph's tied at number 1 with Richmond. Richmond just sneaking in there overnight with the win yesterday, but 10-1 in first place, and then George Mason right behind them on their heels at 9-1. And these standings, this game tonight can determine seeding, not just in the A10 conference, but also possibly the NCAA tournament, where this is a conference that's mid-major. There's usually one team in, and this is a game that's going to be looked at down the line.
Yeah, I mean, they're hoping to get more than one in. If they could get 2 teams in, that's huge. And, you know, I do think that this game is very important. And, of course, Richmond is a team, too, to keep an eye on. We're going to see them next week on our network as well. And, you know, that's a team that could sneak into the NCAA tournament too, with their off season and how tough they played and how well they've been in conference. I think this year it's possible, depending on who wins it, they could get 2 in, and that would be ideal.
Well, it's looking like it's going to be, if it's 2, they have to take 2 of those top 3, because those top 3 are really neck and neck. Ball goes inside, and that's no good for Taylor Brugler. wanted the foul.
You know, not even talking about Davidson. That's a team that had some injuries. They would be right up there, too.
Nice job by Mackenzie Smith getting in there on defense. Just got in the lanes, intercepted the ball. Gets another possession for the Hawks.
Important first 2 or 3 minutes here to see who can gain the momentum. So far, St. Joe's has the momentum from that second quarter.
Brugler was posting up, didn't have anything, and that'll be a turnover. Laura Siegler gives it up. Ball going the other way. Neku Mitchell gets it in, and that one will be good by Taviana Habib. Nice job being patient down low and just absorbing the contact and connecting on the two.
She's been great. She's an undersized post, but she has been so good at getting down low, finding her shot. She knows how to score. She scored a ton of points at Indian River State College.
And that'll be a travel by Laura Siegler. Took a couple extra seconds.
And Habib here back in that last possession. It was all because of the defense here, leading to the transition offense. Good passing. And then Habib with a nice little spin move to the basket.
Nice job going one-on-one. Looking at her defense, seeing what she had, but it was Neku Mitchell who led the break there. Habib hands it off to Suarez. Crosses over, she'll get the layup. That one's no good, but Doster's there to clean it up.
Yeah, that's what Doster does. She just parks it down there, and if she's able to get some easy garbage buckets, she finds herself positioning down low to get them.
Is really a rebounder on this team. Had a season-high 10 rebounds in their last game versus UMass, with 8 points to go along with that. Shot goes up by Smith, is no good. Habib comes down with the rebound. She'll lead the break. Gets it to Sonia Smith, who crosses over, gets it back to Habib for the three. No good, air ball. Rebound to Chloe Welsh. Welsh kicks it, a quick three-point shot by Nystrom is no good. And Doster rebounds it and draws the foul.
Now you see Doster is trying to use her physical strength to really get things moving down low, and great job penetrating here by Suarez, and then Doster with the putback. Good positioning, and you know, she's one of their, you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, she's like their quarterback back there. She's always talking, she's seeing everything, communicating, and you know, she's the oldest of 11 kids.
Oh, yeah.
So you know, she's used to doing the mama bear thing.
I love her look just now where she looked at Sonia Smith and said, "What's the call?" Habib coughs that one up. Turnover. Nystrom will lead the break. She gets it to Siegler, but it's stripped. Suarez is off the other direction, gets it to Habib. It's been back and forth in this third quarter so far. George Mason has bitten to the lead just a little bit. Wild shot by Sonia Smith, no good.
Pretty up-tempo here, too, to start.
Three ball is good by Laura Siegler, who took the deep three ball, and that is, again, the size at 6'2", where she can shoot over you out there beyond the arc or mid-range.
She plays that 1 through 4 positionless kind of basketball, very smart, understands the spaces and the angles where she needs to be on the floor, and yeah, she draws post players out there, forces them not to cover her.
Sonia Smith drives in, tough layup, can't get it to go over Mackenzie Smith. Nystrom looking to get into the post, doesn't see an opening. Taylor Brugler will pop out, tries to reset the offense, sets the screen. There's a triple team meeting her down there, so the three ball is taken, no good by Nystrom. Neku Mitchell will lead the break the other way for the Patriots. Ball sticking to that right side, very clogged, as Doster takes some tough contact, has some choice words for Mackenzie Smith down there.
Yeah, boy, Mike's, we can hear it all now, ladies. It's a good post up from Doster, though, and, you know, just really sealing the defense off. She's commanding that basketball.
Little back and forth down there between Doster and Smith. Smith wanted to take the charge, got there a little bit late, but I like the idea of going there, trying to absorb that contact. They're both around the same size, 6'2", 6'3", so it's really physical down there. First free throw is no good for Doster. Got a feeling these free throws are going to come back to bite one of these teams in the butt. 1 of 3 tonight for George Mason so far. And Doster misses the second one, but Habib is there to clean up the rebound. Taylor Jamison with just 3 points, 1 of 3 tonight. I feel like she had more scoring than that, but I think it's just her activity level. Nice cut by Doster. Suarez had some trouble down there. Looked like there was no outlet, but a good cut moving for Doster to get open.
I'd like to hear what Vanessa Blair-Lewis said at half, but they are clearly trying to get it inside to Doster to start the second half a little bit more aggressively.
Good observation by you, because we have said her name a lot so far in this third quarter. That one will be turned over by Mackenzie Smith. The ball pass was too low at her feet. Halfway through the third quarter, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Paula Suarez tries to get something set up. And again, that ball going to the right side. And the Hawks are there to read it. Does a good job taking the charge for Taylor Brugler.
And what a third quarter we've had here. And Jasmine Doster is really getting in the mix here. Nice physical body, finishing around the rim as George Mason creeps back into this one.
Having triplets is amazing.
Expensive.
Okay, well, that too. So we switched to Bargain detergent, but we ended up using 3 times as much, and the clothes still weren't as clean as with Tide.
So we're back to Tide. They're cuter in clean clothes.
They are. Thanks, honey. You suck at folding.
Oh, I know.
Do 3 times the laundry and get a Tide clean. It's got to be Tide.
So with all these Hilton Honors points, I could stay for free. At the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives?
Yep. Hilton Honors, babe.
Ooh. What about the Canopy in Paris?
Babe, Hilton Honors. How long has that been here?
And there's no blackout dates? Hilton Honors, baby. There's no way the Conrad Tulum was included.
When you want points that can take you anywhere,
Hilton Honors, babe.
it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
You'll get better when you're not blamed for a condition you can't control. You'll get better when your care doesn't depend on your income. You'll get better when your pain isn't minimized, dismissed, forgotten. We will never stop trying to get better. Because when medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
St. Joe's is known for their relentless defense. Entering this game, the 6th-ranked scoring defense in the country, and you're seeing why that is so. I mean, this is a team that's really good on that end of the floor. They anticipate, they get their hands on the basketball, and they're able to create their offense off of their defense. That's a nice, gritty play. They're taking the charge, but it's multiple players, heads on a swivel. Of course, Brugler, you saw there at the end, just being tough, and that's just the kind of players they are. They're tough-minded. They've held opponents to 50 points or fewer on at least 12 occasions this season, so this is just a team that can really stop you. And so if this game is in the 50s, we're going to keep an eye on the score. If it stays low scoring, Tabitha, that's going to favor St. Joe's in terms of wins and losses, because George Mason is averaging in the 70s.
Averaging in the 70s off of transition buckets, but tonight getting a taste of their own medicine where they're getting turned over more. Points off turnovers, though. George Mason still capitalizing a little bit more in that area. 13 points off 10 turnovers for them. 6 points for the Hawks off of 9 turnovers by George Mason. And that tough layup by Taylor Brugler is good.
Yeah, I mean, she's just making some really difficult shots. Great with both hands and commanding the ball, and she was double teamed there. George Mason is definitely covering her pretty hard down low.
Trying to get something going for George Mason. Zahira Walton will take it in and draws the foul. But again, Julian, that ball sticking to the right side.
And Talia Brugler here posting up deep in the lane. I mean, that's the way to command it. But look at the double team. I mean, this is a tough shot. Now, the double team left her. You got to stay there and finish the play. But at the other end, George Mason getting to the rim. Walton does a great job with her ball handling skills. This Mason team has a lot of players that can take it off the bounce and create.
Another missed free throw for George Mason. And she misses both so far tonight. George Mason, 1 of 6 from the free throw line, but they get the turnover right there. Kicks it back out. Try and get something going on offense. They got 20 seconds on the shot clock. And they've been kind of stagnant. And again, Julian, look at that right side. Sticking the ball over there. I want to see that ball go to the left side. Habib.
Yeah, it's stagnant is right. It's got to move a little more.
Jamison will come off the screen and shoot the 3. It's off the front end of the rim. And we've got a jump ball as Chloe Welsh grabbed the rebound but brought it down and was able to get the Patriots' hands in there. Welsh only 5'9". I was going to say, you know what they tell post players, keep the ball up, but she's not really a post player.
Right, right. It might get taken at 5'9".
We've got a slip and fall by Taylor Jamison, who hit the deck kind of hard. Gets up, trying to walk off a little bit of a limp right in front of her bench. And for George Mason, Vanessa Blair-Lewis trying to get something going. They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 2 seconds of this game.
Yeah, and they're very clear about how they want to score, and it's in transition offense. And they've got to get defense into offense. And for them, they've not been able to play their style because St. Joe's have squelched them a bit.
Giving them a bit of their own medicine, turning the ball over. Mackenzie Smith puts it up, hard mid-range shot off the rim. And we've got George Mason off to the races, which is the style they like to play. Habib gets it blocked, but then is right there to collect the rebound and put it back up. So she stops the drought.
Yeah, that's what you needed. And out in transition again, getting it running. And Habib has been the bright spot, actually, since the second quarter into this quarter for them.
And we talk about St. Joseph's being top of the league in defense, but you've got George Mason who's right behind them. Second in the league, but right there, nice give and go layup. Mackenzie Smith on the move gets that one to go.
Yeah, they've actually been defending St. Joe's pretty well.
Paula Suarez try and get something going. One of the leaders of this team, very vocal player, almost loses the ball. Gets it to Jamison. Does a little bit of a shake and bake, kicks it back out to Zahira Walton. That 3 is in and out. Trying to get a little offense and some life going for George Mason. Chloe Welsh gets it in to Brugler, and that's an and one, and that is going to fire. The Hawks back up. Laura Siegler with the and one.
What a play. I mean, that's just what they want. And they've been able to get this every time. You see the ball reversal and then the good angle from the wing. That's where you want to throw that ball into, even though there's a backside here. And that's really pretty good defense. And Suarez got there. And, you know, I think just Siegler is just that good offensively. Yeah. And she's got a high IQ. She knows where to turn and which position her shoulders got to be.
Misses that free throw, and Habib takes advantage to get them off in transition. Doesn't see anything. They'll reset their defense again at the 22nd mark, or offense, excuse me. Walton sets a screen. Habib, I like the ball movement. Sonia Smith, little shake and bake.
Yeah, she's been quiet lately.
Habib, stop and pop, no good. Emily Boslick comes down with the rebound.
When George Mason went on that first quarter run, it was when Sonia Smith was leading the way. Really aggressive.
Paula Suarez will lead the break off the rebound, and she's got numbers, so she's going to keep taking it. Doesn't get the layup to go. I think she was fouled a little bit on that one, but no call. And at the other end, St. Joseph's turns it over. So again, you see the George Mason pace they like to play. Baiting St. Joseph's back into that, it results in a turnover.
And George Mason needs to play fast. And this is Suarez into the lane. She might have gotten a little arm over there on the other side, but that is what George Mason has to do, because they really need to try to up the tempo of this game to try to tire out St. Joe's, try to utilize their depth and make them play fast rather than the half-court game, which is definitely in favor of the Hawks.
If you're going to make them play full-court transition, you got to make layups, and you got to have ball reversal. If you're the Patriots, they get it in a Doster, who automatically sees a double team. She skips it out. Ball is tipped. It'll stay right here, and the Patriots have 6 seconds on their shot clock to make something happen. Gets it into their playmaker, Sonia Smith. Crosses over, stops, and pulls up for the mid-ranger, and that's no good. Rebound. Comes down to the Hawks.
Everything the Hawks have done has started on the defensive end. If you've noticed, they have really picked it up intensity-wise on that end of the floor in this third quarter.
Well, they're paying attention to the defensive assignments, right? So we've seen all the double teams come. They're prompt when they get there. They're not late on those. They've been taking charges.
Very disciplined.
Clogging the paint. 23.9 seconds left in this third quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Hawks. And they'll try to run this down as much as they can. Emma Boslett being played straight up by Paula Suarez. Takes it in, and that is a push-off. You saw the arm extend, so George Mason will have 6.9 seconds to make something happen.
Yeah, there was a little push-off right there. It's super obvious.
Sonia Smith, Hezzy. Oh, and too hard off the rim with the easy layup. That layup, will it count? Doster was there for the putback.
Looks like an injury here, too.
Oh, and that is close.
Yeah, they're going to have to look at this.
And it looks like Paula Marina took some contact to the face. Oh,
bleeding.
yeah.
Yeah. You see that face. It's certainly...
Gets a cut under her red eye, and she's going to be taken to the back to have that cleaned up.
I think the basket's good.
Oh, wow, that is close, Julianne. But Doster there with the tenacity to put it back up and lets it go just in time. Over 2 defenders, but when she comes down, you see her hit Paula Marina right there in the face.
Yeah, that's definitely a great play to end that quarter for Doster. Just keep her hands up high and never brought it down like you had mentioned before, and that really created that opportunity for the putback. But that's a big bucket there to keep the momentum going into the fourth.
Nice to see a smile there by Paula Marina with the deep gash underneath her eye. And that was my biggest fear, Julianne, in college. I was like, hit me everywhere. Just don't hit me in my face.
Right. Don't knock my contact out, please. or make my face ugly for the future. That's right.
So close right there by Doster. But that teaches people at home and who play this game to stick with it. You never know. And the refs are still taking a look at this one. That's how close that basket is.
Yeah, it really was. It was really a close call, but they want to get it right. It's the difference between 2 points in the game, and I think that it was probably good. We've seen it a few times here.
Boy, it could go either way, because right there, see, it's still on her fingertips.
I know, it's close.
This might get overturned.
Now, on the court, was it good? I think it was the call.
The call was
no
good.
It was good, yeah, so it has to be.
Yeah, so the call was good on the floor.
Has to be an obvious thing to reverse it, I believe.
Yeah. Is there enough evidence to overturn the basket that was called good right at the end of the third quarter?
No basket.
No basket. So I like the call. It was the right call to make. So we've got a game on our hands. 40-36 should be the score at the end of the third.
Want big fitness energy without a big investment? Join Planet Fitness. Now through February 16th, save big during the Big Fitness Energy Sale when you join for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right, we've dropped our enrollment fee to just $1, so it's easy to get in and get energized. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training, equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join today for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends Friday, February 16th.
Oh, hi. This financial services company counts on CrowdStrike for all their cybersecurity needs. But what if they hadn't?
This is what it would feel like if cyber criminals breached your network. With CrowdStrike, you get AI and industry-leading intelligence that keep you ahead of modern adversaries by detecting threats and preventing breaches before they happen. When it comes to cybersecurity, who are you going to put stock in? CrowdStrike. We stop breaches.
Home prices have skyrocketed. You could be sitting on an untapped gold mine. And no, it's not what you think. With this genius program, you can tap into your home's equity without affecting your current mortgage. It's true. With a home equity loan, you can keep your current mortgage rate and get cash for anything you need. Dream renovations? Check. Sandy beaches? Check. A brighter future for your kids? Triple check. With LendGo, you can get a quote in less time than it takes to make yourself a cup of coffee. LendGo has helped over 250,000 homeowners. And now, it's your turn. Visit lendgo.com and see how much you can get.
There's one competition between the acts and one between the judges.
My team's going to crush you.
I have the strongest team.
They were brilliant, all right?
AGT Fantasy League, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
We're at the start of the fourth quarter, and Mama Bear, Jasmine Doster, is out there leading her team because look at that score, Julianne. 42 in favor of St. Joseph's to 34 for George Mason, and St. Joseph's just putting that defense, that pressure on the Patriots.
Yeah, that second quarter stands pretty far apart for St. Joseph, how they were able to do it in that quarter, but this is the standings so far. Top of the bracket here.
We see
two of
why.
the top three teams.
We see why it's coming down. So we are in the fourth quarter. We've got an 8-point deficit for the Patriots. St. Joseph's trying to hold on to this league in their number one position. Sonia Smith comes down with the rebound off the wild layup. And automatically we see better ball movement by George Mason, now utilizing that left side some, trying to get some of their offense flowing because it's been stagnant since the first quarter.
And both teams pretty even in the third, not a lot of scoring in that quarter.
That shot is no good by Taylor Jamison. A lot of missed layups within that 5 to 10 foot range for the Patriots. Speaking of missed layups, that one's no good by Taylor Brugler. She kicks it out to Gabby Casey. 3, no good. And Habib, going for the rebound, commits the foul. The ball is going to stay with the Hawks.
We might see a real grinded out quarter here. That last quarter was very defensive minded for both teams.
Ended with a cut and a gash to the face as Taylor Brugler gets a tough layup to go. Looks like a
warning.
Delay of game.
Yeah, it was a delay of game there.
Kick ball.
You see here, good job with the out of bounds play and the execution. This is just one-on-one basketball right there. And Brugler's just so good at it. I mean, that's where she can turn and face you like a guard and take you off the bounce. That is where she can really, really cause fits for matchups.
Her patience impressed me on that one. She split 2 defenders. Ball almost taken away from Habib. Sonia Smith thinks about the 3. splits the defense of her own and draws the foul. So that hesitation right there was able to get Sonia Smith that foul.
And Sonia Smith's been quiet, and I was talking about that the last quarter. She's got to continue to be assertive and manufacture some points at the line by getting to the rim. That's a really good job. She's really quick with the ball in her hands off the bounce.
She's got 6 points tonight, is 3 of 11 from the field. A lot of those missed layups that we talked about committed by Sonia Smith, and that's another missed free throw. So right now, they're 1 of 7. There's a 10-point deficit right now. That's 6 free points that have been left on the board at the free throw line for the Patriots.
Yeah, and those will come back to haunt you because those are controllables there, you know, some things you can work on, and you've got to make them in the big games or they separate you in wins and losses.
St. Joseph's with the biggest lead of the game at 10. And what impresses me the most about the Hawks is their patience with the ball. They're not allowing George Mason to speed them up with their defense. They're taking their time, absorbing contact. And if the double team comes, they wait for the Patriots to leave the double team, then they make their move.
Yeah, what did Cindy Griffin tell us before the game? Tempo would be huge in this game. And they're controlling the tempo in the second half, big time.
Smith's 3 is no good. Back to transition basketball, which is how the Patriots like to play. Sonia Smith gets it in to Walton, whose layup is no good, but there's Jasmine Doster who gets the rebound, and she's been active underneath the rim drawing those fouls.
Yeah, she really has been. She's been finding bodies, posting up, and being in the right place at the right time, just hunting down rebounds. So really great job, just not shying away from the contact, something that you can always get out of her every night.
Jasmine Doster. She's got 5 points so far tonight, sitting on 7 rebounds. So above her average in both, and another missed free throw by Blair Lewis's squad. And I think she's starting to realize that those missed 8 points are really cutting or not cutting into this lead, and they can use them.
Nothing more frustrating for a coach because you just know those are easy gimmies, and they've missed so many here in a row.
But we know what they're doing in practice tomorrow.
Yeah, you've got to make your free throws. You can read her lips right there. Make your free throws, and, you know, I'm sure she's frustrated.
Absolutely. 1 of 10 tonight. 9 points left at the free throw line. It's a 10-point game. They'll try to capitalize here. Offense gets it into Habib. Doster posting up. She'll come out and set the screen. Repost. Thinks about the 3. Sonia Smith gets it. She'll take the 3 with 6 seconds left on the shot clock, and that's no good. So the frustration continues for the Patriots on the offensive end.
Yeah, it's continuing to be St. Joseph's defense that they've just been on the balls of their feet, communicating and really suffocating George Mason, not letting George Mason take it off the bounce and get into the teeth of the defense the way they want to, and they're not letting them run the basketball in transition because they're rebounding pretty well with them.
The Patriots being Paula Suarez back in with her length, a 6-foot junior.
30 to 35 on the rebounding front, so Mason a little bit better on the glass, but not that much.
Chloe Welsh comes back in. Gabby will sit down. Gabby Casey, that is. And the nice cut right there by Siegler, who draws the foul. So again, the defensive communication not there for the Patriots allows her to cut through and draw that foul.
Yeah, and that comes with maturity and talking and all that, and just not able to rotate properly. And see, this is a problem. This has been a problem all day. And is Siegler is getting it so deep in the lane. She's right around that restricted line. You've got to push her further out into the paint, closer to free throw line extended. You cannot let her post up that deep.
Absolutely.
She's going to be impossible.
Sounding like a post player over there, Julianne.
Played with a lot of them. My best friend was always a post.
I guess that's me now. Free throw is good.
This is the midget, and I was passing to her a lot.
7:10 left in this game. 12-point lead for St. Joseph's, so they extend their lead in this one. And that jumper is good, so a sigh of relief right there for Taylor Jamison with the nice mid-range jumper.
Much needed from Jamison.
Jamison is sitting on 5 points tonight, stops the drought that George Mason was on. But you can't trade baskets here. If you want to cut into this lead, you got to do things like that, turn them over.
Right, and you get a bucket and a stop, and you come back in increments. You're only 10 points behind. There's plenty of time, but you need to start stringing together some stops and some scores.
Jamison will try to string that together. They brought Paula Suarez back in, who is a good free throw shooter. So maybe if she can get more aggressive and go to the rim, she can get to the line. Jamison.
Look at that handle, though, from Jamison. You just got a glimpse of what she's able to do off the bounce. She looks like she's cramping up there with her leg.
Yeah, that left leg kind of went out awkward as she landed, and she got back up.
But this was really, really nice dribble penetration, and she slips up a little bit here.
Immediately grabs that left calf. I thought she was about to do a split.
Yeah. This is a player who can really score it. She's been a little up and down at times, but you know, she can certainly get to the rim, has worked hard on her game the last couple years.
And another missed free throw, which is interesting because Taylor Jamison had a career high 8 free throw makes last game versus Loyola.
Is 1 of 11 right now. I mean, that's just a bad number. You can't make an excuse for it. You know, it does rub off. You know, when you miss, it can be contagious.
Absolutely. It starts getting mental at that point. But Jamison stops the bleeding from the free throw line. And you see right now the defense of George Mason blitzing, trapping, trying to get the Hawks to cough the ball up because they realize with just over 6 minutes left in this game, time is running out. Good backdoor cut by Mackenzie Smith. She gets it back out to Welsh, who puts it up, and that one is good. The offense not slowing down for the Hawks.
You know, the Hawks just look so patient. They don't look like anything frazzles or frustrates them, even though George Mason's playing pretty hard and physical.
And Doster wanted the foul right there, but it's a no call and has a frustrated foul on the defensive end.
Now, no teams are in the bonus here yet. But again, the cutting without the basketball, the kick out, the inside outside, that's all a part of what happened there. Welch with the finish, and then the frustration foul at the other end. Mackenzie Smith being really strong with the ball here. Just an unnecessary foul by Doster, but you can tell that it's totally a frustration foul.
Yeah, Doster's sitting at 4 personals right now, so she's going to have to be careful with 5:40 left in this game. And she'll take a seat because Vanessa Blair-Lewis recognizes that she needs her vocal leader out there on the floor, her physical player, to be there by the end of the game when it's time to, when it's crunch time.
Yeah, for sure. She's got to come out now.
The Hawks sitting with an 11-point lead. Mackenzie Smith looking nothing. They get it to Siegler, who puts it up, and it's the patience for me, Julianne. Siegler doesn't get anybody to go. She just turns around and stops and pops.
She's playing with confidence. Siegler is having a whale of a performance, just so smart. Between her and Brugler, you've got a 1-2 punch in the paint. There's just 2 taller players there, able to play in the post, and they're able to pop out like guards. I mean, this is just impact modern day basketball.
Again, with her taller height, shooting over the shorter guard, sitting at 19 points tonight. Her average is 14.5. She's 8th in the conference in points per game, so over her average tonight.
And Coach Griffin told us she really sees things before they happen. It's just the way that she plays, the way she sees the game. You can't really teach that IQ.
First free throw is good. So it seems like Taylor Jamison's last made free throw maybe broke the ice.
Yeah, I mean, for that, of course, I think that would be ideal for them right now.
Second one is no good by Habib. Sonia Smith tries to get that rebound, but it's the size of Siegler that comes down with that rebound. And St. Joseph slowly pulling away in this game. Just under 5 minutes left. Chloe Welsh gets it to Siegler, gets it back to Welsh. Thinks about the three, pulls up for the mid-range jumper. That's no good. And Paula Suarez gets tied up with the jump ball. A little bit of work to do for George Mason. The Josephs lead 50-38, 4:43 left in the fourth quarter.
You'll get better when you're not blamed for a condition you can't control. You'll get better when your pain isn't minimized, dismissed, forgotten. We will never stop trying to get better. Because when medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
The deals at Barberino Nissan are big this President's Day.
Come on down and check out our huge selection and do better at Barberino Nissan.
With great offers on every new and pre-owned sedan, SUV, and truck on the lot, come check out our huge inventory today.
It's better at Barberino Nissan. Better deals, more cars on the lot, less time in the showroom, better service. Come do better this President's Day.
Barberino Nissan, Route 5, Wallingford, BarberinoNissan.com, 1-800-NEW-CARS.
Barberino.
Have fun, sis.
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose the online shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
Well, we told you at the beginning of the show that St. Joe's led the league in defense, and right now they are holding the George Mason Patriots to nearly half of their average. 73.4 points a game is their average. Tonight they're just sitting at 38.
Yeah, I mean, they've done this throughout the season. They held LaSalle to just 39 points, and they've done it multiple times, and they won the Big Five this season. This is a really tough, gritty St. Joe's team that does it on that end of the floor. They even held Utah to 74 points. That was the second lowest output in the non-conference schedule for the Utes. The Utes came into the season really scoring at a high clip. So St. Joe's has been doing this all season.
Yeah, held at the time number 11 ranked Utah to 25 points under their average, but that's a good start right there by Zahira Walton coming out of the timeout. We saw Vanessa Blair-Lewis talking to her team on the court during that timeout, trying to get them to focus these last few minutes. Seemed like it worked a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you could be really down in the dumps right now because you've missed so many free throws, and you look at the score, you'd be ahead if you've made all the free throws you've missed. So right now, they've just got to climb slowly out of the hole that they've built in that department, and they've got time.
And Sonia Smith, nearly a three, but the ref calls it a two, but you can't trade baskets. So 2 quick baskets for George Mason. However, they're still giving up points at the other end. We'll see if they can cut into this 10-point deficit. They've got 4 minutes left in this one.
Join Planet Fitness during the Big Fitness Energy Sale and save big. Get equipment for every workout and free fitness training, all in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, February 16th.
You'll get better when you're not blamed for a condition you can't control. You'll get better when your care doesn't depend on your income. You'll get better when your pain isn't minimized, dismissed, forgotten. We will never stop trying to get better. Because when medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
Sonia Smith is going to take a bit of a break right now. A little bit of frustration as her team tries to get back in this one. They're down 10 with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, they were just looking at this to make sure she was not behind the three-point line, and she was definitely not back there. That was clearly a 2, Tabitha, and they're really trying to climb in. They've cut this thing within 10, and it's kind of hovered around 10 for a while now.
Yeah, trading baskets at the other end because St. Joe's is not slowing down their offense. We know they can play defense. They turned that one over. Let's see if the Patriots can convert on this turnover as Laura Suarez will take the three-pointer, and that one's good. So now this game has been cut down to 7 points. The last 3 baskets by the Patriots have been good.
Yeah, they've really upped the tempo, and Mackenzie Smith should have gone over top of the screen. I think that they were really begging Suarez to have to make that shot.
That'll force the Hawks to take a timeout because Cindy Griffith knows that this is not a big lead with 3:38 left in the fourth.
You were made to act spontaneously. We were made to help plan accordingly.
Well, we know George Mason likes transition basketball. They want to force you into turnovers and convert at the other end. They did so on that last play. They cut it to 7, and now you see them with the press and the near turnover against the Hawks. They break the press, try to get their offense set up. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Mackenzie Smith kicks it out. Welsh gets it. Thinks about the shot and the nice give-and-go cut. And Julianne, that's exactly what you've been talking about the entire game. St. Joe's offense continuing to move with the cuts.
Great composure, too, for St. Joe's, Tabitha. That's been a real key this season is they've closed games out in big games, and that's been a huge growing factor for this maturity.
Sahira Walton gets the rebound, but her putback is no good. Taylor Jamison tries to come up with the steal, and they're really putting the pressure, on Julia Nystrom. Hawks avoid the turnover.
They're going to take their time and take a good shot rather than rushed.
And Sahira Walton forces the turnover.
This is just a nice little give and go here, and the movement continues and good chemistry with the St. Joe's offense.
And if you're playing Taylor Brugler, she's done that the entire game. So you've got to adjust and know that she's not going to stop moving. Your motor has got to be just as high as hers. Sonia Smith, a little too aggressive on the drive, and a good job by Chloe Welsh, who takes that charge.
This is a gritty play here, and there's the push-off that created that. Had Sonia Smith not put her arm out there, she might not have had that call go that way, but she stuck her arm out. And the play of Welch, though, she's just real gritty. She really fits this team well. She's the grad transfer from Davidson, and she plays a similar style to Cindy Griffin's style at St. Joe's.
Really impressed with how she moved her feet to get to the spot. Nearly gets it tied up right there. St. Joe's will call the timeout to avoid the turnover. So St. Joe's is up by 9, trying to hold on. They've got 2:17 left in the fourth quarter. Stick with us.
Oh, hi. This financial services company counts on CrowdStrike for all their cybersecurity needs. But what if they hadn't?
This is what it would feel like if cyber criminals breached your network. With CrowdStrike, you get AI and industry-leading intelligence that keep you ahead of modern adversaries by detecting threats and preventing breaches before they happen. When it comes to cybersecurity, who are you going to put stock in? CrowdStrike. We stop breaches.
Well, the Hawks are 2 minutes and 17 seconds away from pulling this one out. They've had a lead up to 12 points in this game, currently up by 9, but they've got to hang on through the pressure from George Mason. And Taylor Jamison commits the foul and has a little bit of frustration there.
Yeah, I thought for a second she meant to foul there. I don't think she did.
Yeah, I would hope she wouldn't mean to foul with
still too much time, yeah.
Way too much time. And Cindy Griffith is one win away from tying the best start in program history at 22-2. She'll tie the 1976 through 77 team at 22-2 if they can hang on to this one. Free throw is good by Julia Nystrom.
As she told us before the game, I didn't think we would be at this record at this time of the year at 21-2 and 10-1. Who does? You're happy with your record for sure. What's happened for them is winning on the road. That's been something that they can be real proud of. They've been doing a really good job.
11-0 on the road this season. Paula Suarez takes the contact, puts up a wild shot, wanted the foul. And Julianne, both these teams have helped the A-10 to reach new standards. So we've got 6 A-10 teams in the top 90 net in the nation.
Yeah, that's excellent.
George Mason sitting at number 55, St. Joe's right behind him at number 56. I can imagine that'll flip after this game if St. Joe's can hang on to this one. They've got 1:36 left. Let's see if they can try and withhold against the pressure as Chloe Welsh gets an and one.
The poise, the patience, that possession, just winding the shot clock down, just dribbling the basketball out, and that is exactly what St. Joe's was able to do here, and Chloe Welch able to capitalize. But you want to basically drain the 30 seconds and score. That's the best case scenario. If she scores and gets the foul, has a chance for a three-point play.
Welch sits third in the conference in free throw percentage. She'll knock that one down.
Yeah, all the way from Colorado Springs. Typically, Cindy Griffin doesn't recruit out there. I mean, it's pretty far away, but, they wanted to get a mature guard out of the transfer portal, and she was very familiar with Welch because they played against her with Davidson, and it was a perfect fit.
Yeah. She was available in the portal. I guess it was meant to be because it's looking like they're going to pull out this big-time win, have extended to its largest lead tonight of 14 points for St. Joe's. And this has been impressive down the line, how they've been able to stay poised and hang on to this one as George Mason blitzes on the defense.
And they've done it on the defensive end. They've kept it a low-scoring affair, and that is to their favor always because that's what they do well, and they really force George Mason to play at their speed.
On the defensive side, they've got those big guards who can block your view. But offensively, what's impressed me is their patience, their poise. As Mackenzie Smith goes in, uses her body to separate herself from the defense and draws the foul. So Welch will take it out. She's got 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets it into Brugler, who puts it up at the end, doesn't get it to go, but again, a rebound for Chloe Welch, and that might have put the nail in the coffin for George Mason.
The hustle there from Welch, just tracking it down. And, you know, George Mason had some chances down the stretch, could not make free throws, and it ends up coming back to really bite them here. And they couldn't score.
Yeah, I mean, but the good thing, though, for George Mason is it's all controllables, right? Like, these are all things that they can sit down on film and fix. And what's really stuck out to me has been their body language through this drought. And if that changes and their mentality changes, then this is a different ball game. As Walton comes up with the steal and converts in transition. So giving them a little bit of life with just 28.5 seconds left in this one. And I can imagine Coach Blair Lewis wants to at least get this lead down to under single digits.
We've seen crazier things, but 12 points in 28 seconds might be tough, but you got to continue to coach moments. And Siegler has been a little bit of everything here tonight. She's just had an incredible performance, popping out, spacing the floor as a 1-through-4 modern-day player. You've got to love her versatility. She can catch it and take it off the bounce. She's hitting that mid-range game. There were so many different ways that she could score. Her back to the basket. How do you cover somebody like Siegler? She's really not an easy cover because she really makes you do different things. So really liked watching her play here today, just her ability to understand space and angles.
And they've really missed her the last 2 games. She was out, was on concussion protocol, got hit in the head, but her average is 14.5. She's at 19 tonight. 2-time A-10 Player of the Week. I can imagine she's in the running for a 3rd after this performance.
A massive game from Siegler.
And the Hawks will dribble it out.
And the Hawks will never die. You knew I was going to get that in today at some point.
She warned me about that corny moment, but St. Joe's improves to 22-2 overall, ties the best start in school history, the 1976 through 77 team, and Cindy Griffin is happy in her 23rd season, leading her team to victory tonight. They stuck with the game plan, and they really pulled this one out.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they played their style, and that's what was important about tonight. They knew tempo would be a big deal, and they slowed down George Mason, and they defended first and allowed that to lead to their offense. They really did a terrific job here, pulling it out on the road.
So the Hawks untie themselves from the Richmond Spiders and go straight into #1 in the conference at 11-1. George Mason will stay at #3 at 9-2, or tied at that 3rd spot with VCU. And it's all hugs for Cindy Griffin and her star player Lauer Siegler tonight, coming back after 2 games missed. So for my partner Julianne Viana Brain, I'm Tabitha Turner signing off. It's been a good one here on NBC Sports. Your final is 59-47 as the St. Joseph's Hawks take down George Mason and a battle of the top 3 teams. Have a good night, everybody.
Want big